I greet you in the matchless name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And the brothers and sisters on the block, what's up? Just so we don't waste too much time, let me back into what I want to do. The first thing I would have you all to know that we have already asked Representative Champion as well as Representative Hayden to help formulate legislation so we can stop the sale of guns in our community. Because what we discovered is that those who come in our community and sell those guns, it's a misdemeanor. But when your child or my child buys that gun, it's a felony. And so they make it harder because they don't want to deal with the NRA. So we've already done that. The second thing, Representative Champion and Hayden, and I thought I seen Belinda Higgins here and Peter McLaughlin. The second thing I need you all to do on behalf of the State Baptist Convention is to get a meeting expeditiously with Mike Freeman as well as Todd Jones, who have a concern on how it is that the Metro Gang Strike Task Force cannot be charged.
Right on.
So we would like for them to talk to us about this. The second part of that, representatives, would be, we would like to know how is it that Quincy Richardson his death can be ruled a homicide by the medical examiner, but yet it went to the grand jury from the county attorney and they returned a no bill, because those things don't happen like that in our community. So we can start with, those are the things that we would like to start with. Repeat after me, say P. PEA. There's a new movement right now called the Tea Party that talks about taxed enough already. Well, I formulated a new phrase called P, which stands for poverty enough already, penalized enough already, and punished enough already. Presentation that I believe captures the essence of our community as it pertains to public safety. If I was to categorize it, the number one thing that I suggest we need to get is Lisa Jones's presentation. My brothers and my sisters, you can talk about education all you want to, and I believe in the strength of education. However, if I'm not mentally whole, I don't care what you give me, it won't work. The Bible puts it this way. It says, hope deferred maketh the heart sick. One writer says, there is no prosthetic for an amputated spirit. You see, single parent homes is not new in our experience. Poverty is not new in our experience. What is new is the sad, stagnant state of affairs of how spiritually drained we are. How you can look into the eyes of our adults as well as our kids and you don't see the light of hope right there. You see, if a person don't have hope, if you take away the gum, they'll kill you with a pencil. But once you give them that hope back, they'll find a way to make it. Even if you don't like pork, they'll give them guts. If you got hope, you'll make chitlins. If they give you pig feet, you'll make it a delicacy. Because that which is needed, that which is so essential, is the hope that derives from our spirit. A sense of self is so important. Why do you think these brothers and sisters are clicking up 19s, EMBs, YNTs, GIGs, U's? Because it's about identity. If nothing else, our parents knew and understand, they had a sense of self that was derived from their religion. Yes, I understand, my brothers and my sisters, that many times when people talk about Christianity, they say it's a white man's religion. Well, I suggest to you, you need to keep reading because you do not know geography. You see, when you start to understand the essence of who your God is, I can't even begin to appreciate me until I begin to appreciate the God within me. And so when I appreciate the God that is within me, I'm not going to be trying to hurt you because you said something crossways. Let me see if I can press my point this way. When Al and I first met in Booker, and we all first met, we was button heads. Always fighting. Matter of fact, one meeting in the Urban League, man, Al almost come to blows. But I'm the type of person that just because you disagree with me, I don't just disagree with you and throw you away, because many times we just need to slow our roll. If public safety is going to change, one, it begins with each and every one of us. We have to take the responsibility to educate and enlighten each other to the best of our ability. And just because somebody you don't think they like you, take a chill pill and grow up, because this problem is much bigger than you and I. The last thing that I would suggest to you is this, and I asked Representative Champion to do this now. You said, Reverend, what does that have to do with public safety? Because I believe that as public safety is going to happen, we got to be safe ourselves. Right. All right. You hear me? Because listen, y'all, most of y'all know me, Spike and I can go out on any block and kick it with any set any given moment, and we can get order. We can get order. Order is not that hard to get. The problem in our community with public safety is that the mayor and them have designated who they want to do it, so they ain't that concerned with who do it. They just want to make sure y'all think we can't do it. Well, we know we can, because we done it all over the country, and we can still do it. Here is what I believe needs to happen. I believe that we need a meeting in our community centered around reconciliation. I think I'll say that one more time. Let me put that bad boy on pause and replay it. Because I said that in our community we need reconciliation. In other words, you black folk who keep fighting each other over nothing, we need to get into a room and deal with our differences. And when we come out of that room, we ought to have a set plan. So one, when we go to our mayor, when we go to the governor, when we go to the city council people, they can't discount us because you were there playing boo-boo the fool because you said, you know, and McAfee. No, we got a sound set agenda that has been thought out. Did y'all hear what I said? I said thought out. Lastly, before I take my seat, what my mama and them taught me, and then I got to go see my mama and them because they in town, because they get ready to go. What my mama and them taught me is that nobody can stand on your back when you stand straight up. Get down. Nobody can stand on your back when you stand straight up. And so far too long in our community, we can't get to public safety because too many of y'all Mr. Charming and run around talking about what Spike can't do. And let me just say this, because while I'm here, because if you notice, I do have an attitude. I get so sick and tired of some of you Negroes talking about Spike getting all this money. Where the hell he getting it from?
All right, come on now.
Where he getting it from? Now he ought to have it. How do you do the stuff that he's done, and at his age we ain't took care of him? He ought to have it. $90 million. Did you hear what Booker said in this community? And we talking about getting our kids saved? And one of the ones who told them when Boozer was there and who denied Gaines was there, we won't even make sure they properly employ him because we scared. Chicken heart. You got historical and geovistic amnesia. You don't know what lives on the inside of you. And until you know what's on the inside of you, listen, if you ain't willing to die for something, you'll fall for anything. Here is my challenge. Each and every one of you, one, learn how to love yourself, then learn how to love somebody else. And we can help our kids, but we can't help our kids if we fight and devour each other. We need a summit meeting of reconciliation with us to set forth the agenda. And Bobby, we waiting on y'all to get that meeting with Todd Jones, with Mike Freeman them, so they can answer those questions. And if those answers is not right, we ought to be willing to chain ourselves to that government center, block that traffic downtown, and give them hell.